Hey, what's up? What's up? James Buckley here, coming to you live here from my home office here in Tennessee. Hey, Cedar Grove, Tennessee to be exact. Guys, I am the creator of JamesABuckley.com, and I am an evangelist, I'm an entrepreneur, and I love learning and I love implementing what I learned and then getting results. And therefore, I love seeing people get results also. I've been on a series here on the seven mental laws of selling. And when we think about the seven mental laws of selling, it's real important that we understand that God's given us a vision and a purpose that once we learn things, we can be able to implement what we learn and then continue to go forward on what we learn. And then from that standpoint, God gives us an opportunity to see results. And at the end of the day, we want results, don't we? That's what we want, results. So that being said, so I'm going to get right to the message. The fifth law of the seven laws is the law of concentration. And I want you to hear this because concentration is about you being focused. And see, here's the thing about the law of concentration. Whatever you're focused on, whatever you dwell upon, it grows. And if whatever you dwell upon grows, it's going to expand in your life. But it says in the law of concentration that if you think about something often enough, it eventually dominates your thinking and affects your behavior. And after all, every day we've got to come up with a plan of action, and we got to put that plan of action in place. And by us putting that plan of action in place and staying relevant to doing what we call to do, we'll see the manifestation of what we want to see. The seven mental laws of selling. And you know what? These seven laws apply in the people's lives in the essence of whatever you're doing. These are common laws, just like the law of gravity. But the law of concentration says whatever you focus on, whatever you put your mind to, you begin to create a behavior out of what you're thinking, what you're concentrating on. So the law of concentration says that it's a double-edged sword. The law of concentration says that if you think on something long enough, it'll begin to dominate everything you do. So if you focus on positive mental stuff, you'll begin to create positive mental results. In reflection of that, if you're thinking about things that's not happening, thinking about your bills, if you're thinking about things that's so not alignment and congruent with where you want to go, then those things will manifest. Those things will get more and more dominant to you because whatever you focus on, whatever you give energy to, whatever you concentrate on, it expands. And we got to realize that if we don't train our brain to focus on the positive stuff, now in relation to sales, in relation to being successful in the home business industry, I got to focus on the income producing activities. I got to focus on my daily plan of action. I got to focus on the things that's going to give me the results that I want and not on the things that's not working. Because if you focus on the things that's not working, you'll find yourself being able to be dominant on the thought patterns toward that concentration of what you're focusing on. I hope that makes sense to you because the law of concentration is important. And I'm going to read something here right quick to you. It says right here, if you make a mistake of thinking about the things you fear, worrying about your bills, or trembling about the idea of what you got to do in order to have the results you want, then what happens is the fears will soon expand and it dominates your thinking and your behavior also. So if you begin to get fearful about what you're going to do, some people are fearful of getting on in front of the camera. And you know what? If you stay fearful about getting in front of the camera, you'll dominate such a memorized behavior of being fearful of getting in front of the camera, you'll concentrate on not getting in front of the camera. Because you'll do the things that your behavior produces based on what you're concentrating on. So the law of concentration says that you must focus on, concentrate on, and do the things that's relevant toward the congruency of where you want to go. And if you keep your mind in that arena, what'll happen is you'll begin to develop habitual behaviors daily that you're only going to be thinking on the things that you want to do. Because if you think the way you feel and feel the way you think, you'll produce the results, whether right or wrong. And you know, some people can be sincere, but they can be sincerely wrong. So the law of concentration is important because it says the law of concentration is a natural sub-law of the law of cause and effect, control, and belief. Because successful people are those who continually think about what they want. And unsuccessful people, they allow themselves to think about and dwell on the things they don't want. You see the difference? But the law works the same. If you continue to focus on what you don't want, you'll get results of what you don't want. So you got to realize that's what goes along with the mental perception of how you think on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, it works in sales. It works in life. It works in what you see. Because the scripture says in Hebrews chapter 11, it said, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence not seen. In other words, if you visualize and see that thing that you want and concentrate on that thing that you want, that goes back to the law of belief. That law of belief will start to produce that thing that you want, because in that reference of you thinking about it, it makes your mind focus on what you want and not what you don't want. That's the law of concentration. The fifth law is the law of concentration. The sixth law is the law of attraction. Out of the seventh law of attraction. Now watch this. I like this. The law of attraction states that you are a living magnet, and inevitably you attract into your life people and circumstances in harmony with your dominant thoughts. You hear that? Your thoughts create a force field of a mental energy around you. And when you are positive and optimistic about yourself, you're a byproduct of what you do and a byproduct of who you serve. And you can broadcast a form of positive mental energy that attracts back to you an endless amount of results, people, referrals, sales, opportunities. Or opposite of that, if you thinking stinking, you get stinking results. That's the law of attraction. And a lot of people don't really realize that. They say, well, I'm just so upset. Well, every time I see you, you're upset. Well, people are always doing this and people are always doing that. I wonder why you always having people doing this and doing that to you. Because of your level of thinking. If someone do something to you that gets your thinking off track to the point where it makes you feel kind of funny, you got to rise above that energy level of thinking on that level of where they treated you, and think above that and just say, like the scripture said, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, pray for them that despitefully use you. See, that's the opposite of the law of attraction when you do think on that level of how people treat you. If someone treats you the way that you've been treated and you think on that level of the way they treat you, it produces more of attraction in that level of thinking. So the law of attraction is a powerful law. So the law of attraction is the law that the better you become at serving people, the better you become at thinking higher level than other people do, that's on a lower level of thought patterns, then your energy level will always be up to the part to where then you're thinking in a higher level and you want to attract that type of energy towards you. One thing it says right here, this is a one great truth about life. It says, because most time in reference to birds of a feather flock together. And here's the thing right here. Everything you have in life today, you have attracted it to yourself because of the person you are right now. You can have more in your life because you change the person of who you are, and then you start changing your dominant thoughts. Your dominant thoughts. What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? What's your thought patterns? Are you positive? Do you read enough positive mental stuff to keep your mind flowing positive? Do you study the word enough to have the word in you to where it becomes the living movement of everything you do? You know, you got to understand that. The more emotions that you put on your thinking, the more powerful your thoughts become, and it'll be able to affect your life more and more. In relation to the 7 laws of selling, I say, again, these laws apply in everybody's life, whether they understand it or not. It's reality. This is laws of selling in reference to the business world, but it's laws of life in reference to the natural understanding of how we think. You got to get that mental perception down in order to win in life. And I hope this has been some help for you. If this has been some help for you, give me a thumbs up. This is James Buckley again, guys. The 7 mental laws of selling that flows in your life on a day-to-day basis. Also, like, share, and comment if you found value in this video. This is James Buckley again. I'm signing off. The 7 mental laws of selling, and they flow into your life in every aspect. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. Take care. Love you. Bye for now.